Hi there, it's Sam from Pootles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today's project is what I'm calling my tall tower pencil pot, and it is tall, looks like a tower, and inside, well, okay, it's pens, but you know, great way to gift, because these are Pilot friction pens. I love these. These are erasable pens. If you haven't seen them, you don't know what you're missing. So let's write Pilot friction, because it's spelled F-R-I-X-O-N. And then they are erasable. Love, love, love. Love these things. We're just going to have to leave that on there. Because I can't bother to rub it all out carefully. But yeah, you rub them out. So I have lots of them. They don't come in the prettiest of packaging though. So I reckon if you're buying them for somebody, because they're not the cheapest things in the world either, package them up prettily. Gorgeous gift. Oh, just pop the top off. Oh, my peg has spun all the way round. Oh, I've killed my peg. Oopsie daisy. No, it's alright, I've revived it. So I'm going to show you how to make this little pot, tall tower. It's not exactly little. And I just think it's really sweet. It's just plain and simple. So I'm going to move that right out of the way. Piece of cardstock you need is 8 1/4 by 11 inches. You do need your stamp prepped up ready, because we're going to stamp before we complete the scoring, because it's stamped in a particular area. So, okay. Grab your scoring tool, simply scored scoring tool, and grab your stylus, which I forgot to get out. So 11 by 8 1/4 inches, so 28 by 21 centimetres. On the long side, score it at 2 inches, and then you turn it round and you score it fully all the way down at 2, 4, 6 and 8, which is 5, 10, 15 and 20 centimetres. And then we're going to stop for a second. If you work with 8 1/2 inch paper, leave it at 8 1/2 inches. You have a little bit more sticky room than I do. Okay, so we're going to stop there, do this bit of stamping, because we obviously want to go up this part here. And obviously this is kind of like a guide. So Marina Mist ink, and I have got the Painted Petal stamp set. Love it. I've used it so much. I wouldn't be without this stamp set. I'm really keeping my fingers crossed. Makes it over into the main catalogue. But it's this pattern here I'm using on here. So I've got my Marina Mist, and I'm going to angle it so that my little bud goes up. And basically I'm just going to stamp tone on tone straight between my score lines. There we go. And now I need to come, whoopsie daisy, I'm going to leave that out, I need that again. Come back in with my scoring tool. And again, straight over the top of these, we're going to part score in various marks, and we're only going to part score down to, if you measure down about 6 inches, so about 15 centimetres, give or take that kind of an amount. So maybe, we'll go with 6 1/2. Because I didn't write it down, so about 16 1/2 centimetres. Then you score it at 1, 3, 5 and 7, which is 2 1/2, 7 1/2, 12 1/2 and 17 1/2 centimetres. Okay, so that's the scoring done. It's such an easy box to make. It really is. So okay, we're going to fold and burnish on our score lines. Ignore these part scores, because they're obviously going to go in the opposite direction. Like I say, if you work with 8 1/2 by 11 paper, leave yours at 8, at the full 8 1/2 inches. Much easier than me. Okay, so remove this long skinny bit that's down at the bottom, then cut up the other 3 lines. Just keep going around, and then before we stick it together, just sort of put your fingers in and bend this part a little bit. Did I do that scoring in the right place? I didn't do that one. I was slightly off. Wasn't a full inch. It was about, oh well, we'll pretend that matches perfectly. I'm sure it will look fine. So just bend slightly. There we go. So it's more at the top and the rest will follow. Is that a song? Something like that. Okay, so we're going to put some adhesive down here, and I'm going to use my fuse because sticky strip's sold out. Okay. I'm doing this very slowly and concentrating. Ever so hard. You can tell when I'm concentrating so I don't talk. Line it up, fold in the sides, and then the back, and this is going to be the front. And then pinch it closed. There we go. You see, you would never know that I'd managed to mess that up. And I have got, what did I do with them? Metallics, clothes pegs, they're so sweet. Obviously I'm going with silver because just to me blue is silvery. There's no technical reason for that other than the fact it just works in my head like that. So I've gone with the blue, and I've now got a little scrap of white cardstock. I've got this from the same stamp set, the thank you. It's pretty, I love this font. Seriously, let's all sort of start a petition or something to keep this one in the catalogue. Okay, stamped onto Whisper White, and I've got a couple of punches here. I've got the 1 1/4 inch circle punch that fits perfectly round it. Got some Dazzling Diamonds glimmer paper and the 1 3/8 inch circle punch, so a tiny bit bigger. I'm going to punch a hole in this. Oh, why do I always forget to get my... Oh, let's just headbutt the tripod, whack myself. I just... Actually, that hurt. Okay, this is the tiny 1/16 inch hole punch. So I'm going to put a hole in there, and I've got my linen thread. Now I have got my needle. And let's try and thread this. There we go. Oh, let's go. Let's pull a length through. What sort of a length do I want? Yeah, about that long. So I was just measuring it up against the box that you can't actually see. Helpful like that, aren't I? So I eyeballed how long I wanted it basically. So I needed to punch the hole in first before I stick the other bits on it. Okay, so we're going to have a couple of dimensionals on the back of here, and that's because you can squish dimensionals to fully stick themselves to the glimmer paper. You can squish quite hard and they will sort of go into all of the lumps and bumps and what have you. I need, what have I done with it? I'm looking, oh, it's with my scissors. This is the 4-petal flower from Itty Bitty Accents, and I just need a tiny, tiny little bit of scrap basically. And because I work with 11 3/4 inch paper, this is the bit I trimmed off. Look at that. I can fit one out of the... This is the bit I trimmed off when I was prepping these. So, okay, push down in the middle. I have a rhinestone in the middle of that. That's quite a big rhinestone, but it's okay. Perhaps a little excessive. Mini glue dot on the back. Up and slightly off to one side. Front. And you could either hook it on the top, put it over the edge of the... Oh, my knot's undone. I trimmed too low. That's better. So yeah, you could either hook your loop onto the top of your peg, but you might risk losing the tag. So what I've done is I've got hold of it like that and then pegged it down into place. And that gives me my thank you tall tower pen pot. What do you think? It's quite cute, isn't it? It's a nice finish to it. Anyway, or nice shape to the finish, I should say. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me, and I hope to speak to you very soon. Bye.